Hi, my name is Derek Lane from Lane's Audio, and I'm here to break down a mashup. First of all, I want to thank those responsible for the over 100 views/listens to Get It On Loud, which is a mashup I created, combining Marvin Gaye's Let's Get It On and Ed Sheeran's Thinking Out Loud. I put that on YouTube just to see what would happen less than a week ago, and the response has been amazing. People have sent me messages and tweets and all kinds of things and have really enjoyed it. So, as a thanks, I want to do a series of videos which will be entitled Breaking Down a Mashup. These Reaper tutorial type videos are going to be very different than other videos of a similar type, mainly because of the fact that they're going to be edited by a blind guy, that being yours truly. For those who may have been subscribed to my channel, you probably saw a previous attempt at doing this. The problem with that particular effort was, although it was a good one, the visuals were not so good. Apparently no one could read the text or see anything that I was doing. It was all grayscale, and it was all bad. So made that go away. We're doing take 2. And plus, it sounds cooler to say I have over 100 views of something than over 80, which is kind of a strange number. Anyway, I will be using, and you will be hearing, NVDA, which is a screen reader. NVDA is an acronym for Non-Visual Desktop Access, and I will be getting specific information from Reaper as a result of a plugin called OSARA. OSARA being an acronym for Open Source Accessibility for the Reaper application. To make Get It On Loud, I needed 5 elements. The first is Ed Sheeran's a cappella as rendered by the MS Project. The second being Marvin Gaye's a cappella. The third being his instrumental of Let's Get It On. And the fourth being the finished song from a Greatest Hits compilation, which exists for sake of helping with alignment of the a cappella and instrumental. I did say 5 elements, though. Those are only 4. What's the 5th? The 5th is a custom action from Gianluca Apolaro of Access for Music, which will add a stretch marker to the cursor and then snap it to the grid. A stretch marker basically allows you to speed up or slow down a designated piece of audio, so you can either use it to create special effects, or in this particular case, you can use it to keep things synced to the grid. In other words, to a specific beat division of your choice. So before I use that action, I'm going to show you said action. So that if you are not using OSARA, you can create it yourself. So I'm going to get to the actions list by pressing F4.
Actions dialog filter. Custom actions, REA script, edit, blank.
And I'm going to tab a couple of times to the Find Shortcut button.
Clear button, find shortcut, find key.
I'm going to press it and then look for the shortcut Alt-Shift-I.
Actions dialog filter, custom actions, REA section.
I'm going to press tab a couple of times to the Edit button.
List 1 list, shortcut, add, new, edit, pressed.
And press that. But I'm not going to edit the action. I'm just bringing it up in the action editor so you can see the list of actions that were required to create this one.
Show in list 2 list.
So I pressed Shift-Tab twice to get to that list. And here you are, all 10 actions to make add stretch marker to cursor and snap to grid. So we've got
item, add stretch marker at cursor 1 of 10. Move edit cursor back 1 beat, no seek, 2 of 10. Time selection, set start point 3 of 10. Move edit cursor forward 1 beat, no seek, 4 of 10. Move edit cursor forward 1 beat, no seek, 5 of 10. Time selection, set endpoint 6 of 10. Item, snap stretch markers in time selection to grid 7 of 10. Go to start of time selection 8 of 10. Move edit cursor forward 1 beat, no seek, 9 of 10. Time selection, remove time selection 10 of 10.
So, that's a lot of stuff going on. So basically what he's doing here is adding the stretch marker at the cursor, going a few beats before the stretch marker, starting the selection, jumping a few beats after the stretch marker, ending it, snapping the stretch marker or stretch markers in that selection to the grid division of your choice, and then putting you back where you were before. so that you can just keep going and adding more stretch markers if you want, and so on.
Unsafe.
So now that you've seen all of the elements, let's start working with them, with the exception of Ed. Because like I said earlier, if you follow these videos and you see what I'm doing with the elements that make up Let's Get It On, you'll kind of know the rest of the story, as it were.
1 Ed Sheeran thinking out loud.
Bye, Ed.
1 track.
Thanks for stopping by. Delete the track. All right. Yeah, that doesn't really help much. So now what I want to do is solo each track, and with ripple mode set per track, move until I get the first beat of the song at the top of the first measure.
1 Marvin Gaye Let's Get It On, acapella.
And the way I'm going to do that is press Control left arrow.
1 Marvin Gaye.
And I'm going to press the tab key. The tab key in Reaper moves us to the next transient, which has nothing to do with people. A transient in this case is a spike in the audio. A clap might make the spike, or a drum beat might make the spike, or anything will create a spike in the audio, and a transient is that spike, and the tab key will move us to the first one.
I've been really trying.
All right, and I've been really trying the
1 item.
That's a first transient in the acapella. Good times. So now we've split the item with A. So we've got 2 items. We've got the stuff before the acapella begins, and we've got the rest of the acapella. So I'm going to press Control left arrow.
2 Marvin Gaye. 1 Marvin Gaye Let's Get It On, acapella.
Couple times there to get to item 1.
1
Delete
item
it.
remove.
And
2 Marvin Gaye.
Soloed.
1
The instrumental. Let's do it again, because that's not quite right. See, there's a little before the top of the... No, tab again. Okay, so we're going to scrub a little bit to get right on that, because it's...
number lock on.
I'm going to turn num lock on so I can use numpad plus
200.
to zoom way into this. So I can get right...
400.
That's got it.
1 item.
Split with A.
1 Marvin Gaye. 1
Delete
item.
the extra stuff.
301 Let's
Unsolo tracks 1 and 2, and
Solo.
solo 3.
1 0.
Control left arrow to get to the item there with the full song. Now in that particular case, it worked.
1 item.
Split.
1 0.
Delete.
1 item.
I've been really trying.
Okay. Now those 2 instances of the instrumental, that being the instrumentation from the finished song and the instrumental itself, are lined up. Well, pretty much anyway. There's a little bit of an offset, but it'll be all right.
2 Marvin Gaye Let's Get It On, instrumental. 301 Let's Get It On 1 item. 1 Marvin Gaye Let's Get It On, acapella.
All right, so we'll go to track 1, the acapella. I'm going to zoom out a bit.
100. 1 number lock on. 40 point.
Yeah.
20.
Okay, I was just messing with the zoom there for a little bit with numpad dash and numpad plus with the numlock on, of course.
1 mark.
I'm going to cut the acapella to the clipboard.
1 item.
Go out there and
1
paste
item
it.
added.
Let's see if we have it lined up.
I've been really trying, babe.
Yeah, good enough. All right.
301
now we
Let's
can
Get It On 1 item.
delete
1
the
track
finished
removed.
song.
Beat.
And we have the 2 elements lined up.
I've been really trying, baby.
And now, in part 2 of this breakdown series, we're going to get Marvin and all the... Now, in part 2 of this series, what we're going to do is get Marvin and company playing to click track. Because
Metronome on.
right now,
I've been really trying, baby.
he certainly is not.